one or two times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan, Devi Bhava Samadhi Darshan. By third time, fourth time you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. One or two times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan, Devi Bhava Samadhi Darshan. By third time, fourth time you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. One or two times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan, Devi Bhava Samadhi Darshan. By third time, fourth time you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan, Devi Bhava Samadhi Darshan. By third time, fourth time you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. One or two times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan, Devi Bhava Samadhi Darshan. By third time, fourth time you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. One or two times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan, Devi Bhava Samadhi Darshan. By third time, fourth time you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. one or two times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan, Devi Bhava Samadhi Darshan. By third time, fourth time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. One or two times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan, Devi Bhava Samadhi Darshan. By third time, fourth time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. One or two times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan, Devi Bhava Samadhi Darshan. By third time, fourth time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. One or two times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan, Devi Bhava Samadhi Darshan. By third time, fourth time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. One or two times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan, Devi Bhava Samadhi Darshan. By third time, fourth time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. One or two times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan, Devi Bhava Samadhi Darshan. By third time, fourth time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. One or two times have Ganapati Darshan.
welcome all of you to today's power manifestation session where you all are going to be manifesting these extraordinary Shaktis of Paramashiva, which you were initiated into after this amazing Bhava Samadhi Darshan
of Lingodbhava.
Yes. So be ready to be manifesting these extraordinary Shaktis of Paramashiva, which you just got initiated into. And would you like to explain the context of why we manifest these Shaktis immediately after the Bhava Samadhi Darshan?
So, the context why we manifest powers immediately once we engross ourselves into the Bhava Samadhi Darshan is it's like how to say when you have honey and cotton. So basically, the honey is the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, and you are the cotton. When the cotton gets into the honey, it soaks itself completely. So same way at the moment now, you're completely soaked into the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, which all of you have witnessed. So best thing which you can do to utilize the honey which you have absorbed, is by manifesting the powers. By being in oneness and manifesting the powers. So today, the first power which you'll be manifesting is the power of the third eye aim.
And so now I request all of you to go and be ready with a blindfold or an opaque cloth if you have one, or you can get a blindfold, and to be ready with that. And we'll be projecting a picture in front of all of you, and then after that we'll start manifesting. So I request all of you to be ready with an opaque sheet, an opaque cloth, or an eye band. So I request all of you to just get ready with your eye bands, opaque sheets, and everything, and then we'll start manifesting the power of third eye. So now all of you, I request all of you to close your eyes and blindfold yourself with an eye band or an opaque cloth. And we will be projecting an image for all of you. Okay? And it's very easy. All you have to do is chant the Mahavakya. Remember and continue to be in the space which you were in while you were witnessing the Bhava Samadhi Darshan of the Lingodbhava. While you were having the darshan, continue to be in that same space of oneness. Just remember the darshan and feel that same oneness which you felt when the Lingodbhava was manifesting right in front of you in a form that you can understand, in a way that you can understand. Be in that same space of oneness and chant the Mahavakya, Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. And as you continue chanting the Mahavakya, Paramashiva will just start revealing whatever is being projected in front of you, and anything, even if you feel it is the most illogical thing, it can't be this. Even if you're 100% sure, it cannot be this. If Paramashiva is showing that to you, just start verbalizing that. Just start verbalizing anything which is being shown to you through your third eye. So I request all of you to blindfold yourselves now, and we will be projecting a picture in front of all of you. Please blindfold your eyes. I'll be giving you a few minutes to get ready with everything.
Yes. So now we'll be manifesting third eye now. So we have projected a picture for all of you to scan and see.
Yes. Yes, we honestly complete with the technical glitch which has happened. Now I request all of you to start chanting the Mahavakya.
intensely. And I request the NTV operator to play the Mahavakya. So just intensely connect to Swamiji by chanting the Mahavakya and request Swamiji to reveal what picture is being revealed to you.
And just start verbalizing anything which Swamiji is revealing in front of you. Continue to chant the Mahavakya and be in that space of oneness with Swamiji. Yes. Yes. So now all of you can close your eyes and just relax. Sorry, you can all open your eyes. Just relax. Continue to chant the Mahavakya.
Slowly, very slowly open your eyes and request all of you to type down in the chat what third eye has revealed.
Whatever you were able to see through your third eye, you can just start revealing that in the chat, and we will be also seeing and verifying. Yes, all of you can post your comments in the chat, and we will be seeing, verifying all of you. You can post whatever Paramashiva has revealed to you.
Yes. So now we'll be projecting the picture.
I will be projecting the picture in front of all of you, and you will be able to see and verify, and you'll be able to see and verify and check whether what you had seen through your third eye is correct or not. I just request you to give us a few minutes. Yes. So now all of you can see.
Yes. So the picture has been projected. So all of you can see it's a picture of flowers, very different flowers. Like you can see, they are like pink roses, pink, orange, purple,
You can see pink roses, dark pink roses, light pink roses, red
orange
roses.
flowers, white flowers, pink.
Yeah. So there's so many colors, and there's even green also along with the leaves. So, and there's even white roses, very light pink roses. So there are many roses, different types of colors. So if any of you were able to see these colors, amazing. Just give a big round of applause for yourselves. And yes, just give a big round of applause to yourselves. And now we'll be moving on
To the next
to the
power.
yes. Okay. So now we'll be moving on to the next power of body scanning. And okay, so we'll be moving on to the next power of body scanning. All of you can get your partners, and you can get a partner and you can start scanning their body. Okay, so we complete with you. We'll be actually manifesting the power of thought current scanning now. So all of you can pair up with a partner, and you will be telling the partner that you will be identifying a word which they are thinking of, a thought current scanning. And see, as all of you know, by the time 3 minutes gets over, your mind will go everywhere, all around the world, and come back. So what your partner will be doing, example, me and Mavarija are sitting together, and she is going to be scanning my thought current. I will be taking a piece of pen and paper, and I'll be writing down a 3-letter or a 4-letter word, and I will be keeping it with me, and I will be chanting the Mahavakya, holding the space for her. And Mahavirija will be start chanting the Mahavakya, and she will scan through her third eye and see what is the word that I am thinking of, which I have written down. So that is what we'll be doing in today's in this power. So I complete with all of you. Please pair up with your partners and start doing the power of thought current scanning. So we'll be giving a few minutes. Please set up, be ready with a pen and a piece of paper. Chant the Mahavakya, and after we'll be keeping a timer. After 2 minutes are over, you can start verifying with your partner, and you can post the results in the Facebook events page, or you can post it in you can post your results in the a link which will be projected below, https hyphen / tinyurl.com / Bhava Samadhi Darshan.
Yes. So now I request all of you to chant the Mahavakya, sit with your head taken spine in a straight line, and chant the Mahavakya intensely, firmly in the center. I request the NTU operator to play the Mahavakya. Om Nityananda
Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Continue to chant the Mahavakya. Be in oneness with Paramashiva and start scanning the other person. I request the NTV operator to also play the Mahavakya.
Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Yes. So now I request all of you to relax and you can start verifying with your partners what was the word, and you can post in the YouTube comments below if you were able to, whether you were able to manifest or not. So I request all of you to start posting. Please verify and start posting.
So, any of the feedbacks which you want to give, and any of the feedback which you want to give, which you have witnessed throughout the program, I request all of you to go to.
You can go to the SPH Nityananda Kailasa's SPH Nityananda page in YouTube, and you will see that we are going live, and you can post the comments. You can post your feedback. And you can post and verify whether you were able to manifest or not.
So with this, we would like to conclude this power manifestation session with Purna Mantra.
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Tatsat. Sarvam Bhagavat Sri Nityananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nityanandam. We thank all of you for joining us in today's Lingodbhava Bhava Samadhi Darshan Power Manifestation segment. Hope all of you enjoyed, and every day we'll be having the darshan of Devi Parashakti, and you will be witnessing this extraordinary demonstration of powers, and you will also be manifesting these extraordinary powers after the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. With this, we thank all of you. Thank you, Nityanandam.
Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Shivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nityananda.
The time is right. The world is ready. You are going to experience literally Paramashiva. Most powerful, intangible but definitive, intense processes. This is the most powerful spiritual nuclear explosion, the strong force of Kailasa landing on planet Earth directly. One thing I can be sure, you will not exist end of the program. I can guarantee that. Only Paramashiva will be there.
I welcome all of you, the whole world, to come and celebrate, enjoy not only the enlightenment ecosystem, the beauty of how it is getting revived. Be an insider for this great revival process. If you are an insider even for a startup company, you will understand not only the result of the company, even that being an insider is such a joy. Being an insider when it was happening is something extraordinary. So, I welcome all of you to come and be part of an insider of this revival of Kailasa, the enlightenment ecosystem, sovereign order of Kailasa, Kailasa nation itself. I request and welcome, invite all of you to become e-Kailasian. Get your free e-passport and make billions receive this free e-passport. What I mean by the word e-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is e-Kailasa. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost.
Modern science says that all that exists, whether manifest or unmanifest, is a probability. Infinite probabilities create a quantum field of infinite potential. An observer collapses the probability wave into a particle. Your intention thus creates the reality. Called the observer effect, it is the very act of observation that precipitates any reality into existence. Hinduism is far advanced than this primitive understanding in the modern day. Hindus know this field of infinite potential as Paramashiva. Paramashiva permeates everything, manifest and unmanifest. He is intelligent, compassionate, and a myriad other auspicious qualities. Our scriptures provide detailed descriptions of how to invoke His presence on the earthly plane, the visualizations that manifest Him, the mantras, sounds that invoke Him, how He looks, His various dimensions, the actions that please Him and have His blessings rain on you, the times in the past when He has manifested for us and led us through a breakthrough. Hinduism knows the art of communing with Paramashiva to manifest any reality we want. And when our effort and all the knowledge isn't enough, He Himself incarnates in human body to show us how, to liberate us, to show us where we are stuck, to take us to oneness. Pratyaksha Pada Puja to His Divine Holiness Paramhamsa Nityananda, Paramashiva incarnate. Sit at His sacred feet. Let Him awaken you to your field of infinite possibilities, to your oneness with Him. Register now. Pratyaksha Pada Puja.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. I'll start from the basics and give you the best of the best of Vedas and Agamas. Listen. Purpose of life is enlightenment. Enlightenment means having the ultimate truth, the most powerful ultimate truths as your operating inner software.
Nityananda Satya Nityarupa Nitya Nityananda Satya Nityarupa Brahma Nityananda Vishnu Shivarupa Brahma Nityananda Vishnu Shivarupa.
The Aushadha bath really wakes you up, not only your mentally, but it feels like every pore of your body gets well woken up, because when you apply the Aushadha, it gets into your skin, it activates every little cell under the skin, and it just really gets you wide awake. Because with so little sleep, we are able to function and stay all day, do yoga, do power manifestation. I think the Aushadha bath is a huge component of that. Thank you, Swamiji.
When the universal truths become the source cognitions for you, when you start reverberating with the universal truths, cosmic constitution, the ultimate cognitions, Paramasatyas, it is literally like an elephant entering into a hut, vibrating in the frequency of the cosmic constitution, cosmic truths, universal truths.
Om Nitya Shivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nityananda
केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वाधीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्याधिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावाधीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nityananda, we welcome each and every one of you joining with us, sitting with us, watching Nityananda TV, Kailasa's official TV channel. Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nityananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, the enlightened civilization, the greatest and only Hindu nation. Adepts of the science of reincarnation in Hinduism recognized Swamiji as the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, as the avatar of Paramashiva at a very tender age, revered now and worshipped as a living incarnation of superconsciousness by millions. The supreme pontiff of Hinduism manifested the best contributions of Hinduism to the world, including the science of power manifestation, yoga, and temple-based universities. Kailasa nation. Kailasa is a macrocosmic, ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation which does not put importance on territory alone. Kailasa is revived by the present day living incarnation Jagadguru Mahasanidhanam, the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, Swamiji himself. Vivekananda visualized it. Yogananda yearned for it. Aurobindo accelerated it. Osho worked for it. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi mandated it. And due to the sincere efforts and hard work for the last 200 years, with all of their blessings, Swamiji has manifested Kailasa. Kailasa's supreme aim is to serve the religious and spiritual needs of 2 billion Hindus worldwide and the whole of humanity as well. Therefore, Kailasa is a consortium of multiple micronations, educational institutions, including Hindu universities and schools, the Gurukula system, the de facto spiritual embassies, temples, temple monastery complexes, nunneries, food banks, annamandirs, animal shelters, the Goshala, libraries, Anyanalaya, organic agriculture, and more. Why the revival of the Kailasa nation is needed? Hindu temples, the only religious institution not run by the religion, not run by practicing Hindu.
परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्
Sorry for the technical glitch. Hindu temples, the only religious institution not run by the religion and not run by practicing Hindus. According to sources, most of the temples in South India are under the control of government of the state governments. In Andhra Pradesh, the state government has taken control of about 34,000 temples. In 2002, from the 2,007,000 temples in Karnataka, the government, in 2002, from the 2 crore 7 lakh temples in Karnataka, the government took in revenue of 72 crores, returned 10 crores for temple maintenance, and granted 50 crores for madrasas and 10 crores for churches. In Sabrimala, the forested hill with the famous temple of Lord Ayyappa in Kerala, 2,500 acres of temple property have been sold by the communist government-controlled Travancore Devasam board to a non-Hindu group. Even though this board gets about 250 crores of rupees every year as their income, it is almost bankrupt today after years of government diversion of funds. So we're looking today at the temples and how the temples are being abused, being mismanaged, and being exploited because of the devotion which is poured into the temple by the devotees. Back in the ancient day, the kings, our rajas, and the people who rule us, the monarchs at the time used the temple as a beautiful way to bring inspiration into the community, use the temple as a beautiful way to inspire people and to keep them alive, engaged, active, to keep them with a certain purpose in their life. Unfortunately, in today's political world, in today's modern society, the same politicians are using the temples as a way to exploit, and as because of the greed, to trying to satisfy the unsatiable greed, they're trying to use the temples as a way to misusing, and devotees are pouring their money, pouring their life, blood, sweat, devotion into the temple, and taking that and misusing the money, misusing the temple properties, everything just for the sake of some greed, or for the sake of vote bank politics, and for so many other reasons. Unfortunately, it's only the Hindu temples which are being affected. Churches do not go through this problem. Mosques do not go through this problem. Even the Sikhs, Gurdwaras, they also do not go through this problem. This problem is only faced by Hindus and Hindu temples. Only they are taken in charge by state government. Only they face these problems. Moving on. The Siddhivinayak temple in Mumbai. The famous Siddhivinayak temple in Mumbai was nationalized by the state government, took over its previously independent board of trustees in 1981. Various political and government appointees have siphoned off crores of rupees out of the temple's coffers. Some of this money is given out as donations of 50 lakhs rupees or more to other non-profit institutions selected on the basis of political connections. These organizations may not serve Hinduism or Hindu devotees at all. Such donations continued even after the Bombay High Court issued a probatory order stopping them. During 2004 to 2005 alone, 7 crore rupees were paid out to such beneficiaries out of the temple's inflow. So here you can see in the different ways how the Hindu temples are being abused, how they're being mismicromanaged, and how there is no one even to stop them. Even when the Supreme Court, or even when the High Court has issued a statement, issued an order to stop such spending, to stop such actions of giving away such donations, even then they have not stopped. Even then there is no one even to enforce the law and make them stop. When you have the whole society under your palm, then who's there to stop you? And with that confidence, they are continuing to do what they're doing, allowing the Hinduism, allowing the Hindu temples to become the scapegoat of this very serious problem of where there is no there's no way to stop this. Even if the High Court, Supreme Court, anyone, we have even seen in the news many times where courts have issued statements to stop the spending of temple money. But do you see it being stopped anywhere? Is anyone stopping it? No. So this is the state Hinduism is currently in today, where there is no one even to speak out for Hinduism and the atrocities happening to Hinduism. Karnataka. In 2002, from the 2 crore 7,000 temples in Karnataka, the government took in revenue 72 crores, returned 10 crores for temple maintenance, and granted 50 crores for madrasas and 10 crores to the church. This we had already got about, we had already gone through. Fundamental question is to be asked: why is money from Hindu temples disappearing to government accounts in the first place, to be distributed to other third-party interests, be it non-Hindu or otherwise? Why did only 6 crores make it back to the temples that generated the 72 crore? An estimated 50,000 temples have shut down during the last 5 years in Karnataka due to the lack of resources. How can this happen if there's a surplus of 66 crores of Hindu temple money in the hands of the government? All very valid questions and very much show the state in which Hinduism is currently in, if there is so much of resource available and so much of misuse. When 72 crores of money is coming inside, only 10 crores is going back for the temple maintenance of more than 1 crore temples. It isn't going to be sustainable. And again, just to because Hindus are being are capable are able to be bullied enough, they are exploiting that and bullying Hinduism to the very last extent. And the biggest problem is not they bullying us, but Hindus allowing themselves to be bullied. That is the biggest problem which is actually happening here right now. Because Hindus allow themselves to be bullied, Hindus are constantly being bullied about it. And a bigger problem is actually the same thing is not happening for churches. It's not happening for mosques. It's not happening to anyone else, to any other religion. Why? Because they do not allow themselves to be bullied. Hindus are allowing themselves to be bullied, to be pushed around, and are not waking up and understanding to the fact that today it is the temples, tomorrow it's going to be their own life, their own land. It is going to start affecting them in their personal life. Unfortunately, in those days, the whole society, each village was the whole lifestyle of the village revolved around the temple. And the temple was the center, literally the center, not just figuratively speaking, but even if you map it landscape wise, geographically speaking, also the temple was physically in the center of the village, and the whole village lived and surrounded the temple, providing service for the temple. Each one in the community had a role to play in the temple. So temple was pretty much the lifestyle back in the day, but slowly, thanks to the British and thanks to Mughal invasion, that slowly had started degrading, and now Hindus very rarely associate themselves with temple culture, and many times they are even ashamed of the temple culture. That is the unfortunate situation in which Hinduism is currently residing in. And so because Hindus are not associating with themselves with temple culture, they'll think, okay, the temples, it's ancient, it's so many thousands of years old. Why should I associate myself with the temple culture right now? They are not understanding the importance and value of temple culture. Moving on. Under the openly Christian evangelical regime of Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y. Samuel Rajashekar Reddy, the Tirupati Tirumala Devasthanam is controlled by his state. Frontal assaults have been made on the very hills of the beloved temple of Lord Balaji in Tirupati. The government demolished a centuries-old 1,000-pillar mandapam in the Tirumala complex. The state government has not denied a charge of 85% of revenue from TTD, which collects over 3,100 crores every year as the richest temple in India, are transferred directly to the state exchequer. The non-temple use of this colossal amount of money is not fully accounted for by the government. So here is a direct example of how money directly from the TTD hundis, the TTD trust donation, everything which comes directly goes to the government and doesn't see the light of day forever. It goes and it disappears. No one knows what happens to it, and a very little percentage is given back to TTD for the sake of maintenance and for the sake of the temple and for the sake of the devotees of Lord Venkateshwara and Lord Balaji. Temple watchdog groups have alleged that the government has allocated 7.6 crores of TTD money towards repairs and renovations of mosques and churches in a recent year. JRG Wealth Management Limited, a Christian-owned organization, was given a lucrative contract to procure materials for the prasadam that is given to temple devotees. On January 21st, the Chief Minister announced the sponsorship using TTD money of a hockey tournament in his parents' name. So all of this is very horrible to hear, and it is showing the state that humanity is currently living in, the state in which India is in, and how India has no power, how Hindus have no power in India to speak out for themselves and to protect Hindu temples, the Hindu money, to protect their sacred sentiments, religious sentiments, sacred sweet sentiments. There's not a single person on this planet life who can spare any Hindu temple from the hands of Indian authorities. An attempt to take over 5 of the 7 hills that belong to Lord Venkateshwara according to legal deeds and hand them to Christian institutions was thwarted last year when Hindu religious leaders, under the aegis of the Hindu Dharma Acharya Sabha, united to lodge strong and unprecedented protests. TTD wealth is being distributed as gold bars for the poor with no transparency as to who the poor is and who will get the temple's riches. Again, facts after facts of how TTD is trying to be exploited, how no one, as even the people who are able to stand up to TTD, how they're able to do nothing much more than just stop something which is like blatantly unacceptable. Still, only in certain aspects, only TTD watchdogs and the Hindu supporters and Hindu organizations can go to save TTD and save the Hindu temples and Hindu trusts. But a lot which is happening behind the scenes, a lot of the money transfer, a lot of money hands which is changing money, a lot of that is going unaccounted for and is going beyond the scale of which is publicly being shown to everyone else. Sabrimala. In Sabrimala, the forested hill with the famous temple of Lord Ayyappa in Kerala, 2,500 acres of temple property have been sold by the communist government controlled Travancore Devasam board to a non-Hindu group. Even though this board gets about 250 crores every year in income, it is almost bankrupt today after years of government's diversion of funds. 24 crores from the Guruvayur Devasam have been spent on a drinking water project in 10 nearby panchayats, which include 40 churches and mosques. Some of these non-Hindu places of worship have larger revenues than the Devasam themselves, but none of them have been asked to pay towards the project, even though their members will be beneficiaries. So again, you can see how one-sided this whole scenario is, where only Hindus are prosecuted, only Hindu money is taken, only for Hinduism has to be the scapegoat of everything, while other religions are not touched. They are not even asked, even for a benefit, even for a project in their own beneficial. You can just see how messed up the whole situation is, how the whole Indian government is, and how there is no one in Hinduism to stand up to it. There is no one to fight for the rights of Hindu temples. So here we have a chart about the Hindu temples. Are places of worship controlled by state governments? It's controlled for the Hindus, not controlled for anyone else. Can more places of worship be brought under governmental control? Yes, for Hindus, not for anyone else. Does government manage place of worship's finance? Yes, for Hindus, not for anyone else. Does government manage place of worship administration, including religious rituals? Again, a yes for Hindus, but not for any other religion. Can government dispose or sell place of worship assets? Yes for Hindus, not for anyone else. Again, is place of worship income taxed? It is for Hindus. It is not for any other religion. Can government use place of worship income for other purposes? Yes, for Hindus, Hindu temples, Hindu monasteries can be used by the government as their as anything else they want, but they will not touch any other religion. Do practitioners have a say in the management of place of worship, of affairs? No for Hindus, but yes for all the other religions. Can governments interfere in the management of educational institutions run by the religious bodies? Yes for Hindus, not for other religions. Can educational institutions run by religious bodies discriminate in hiring of teachers, workers, and in student admissions while receiving government funds? No for Hindus, yes for all the other religions. So here beautifully, Swarajya has given a beautiful table and have said, giving each and every point and how it is secular only to Hindus, how these worlds are biased only in favor of putting Hindus down and subjecting Hindus only to such taxes and everything, while leaving all the other religions free of any protest of anything else. Here we have a small video of Swamiji himself speaking of why Hinduism is in its current state and how nothing can be done to protect and save Hinduism.
They will be brutally destroyed. Only the international Hindus need to stand up and make international community understand this Hindu Holocaust, and let us bring this Hindu Holocaust to the international attention. Please let us do. Hindus outside India, please, I humbly request you all, let us bring international attention to this Hindu Holocaust. Let's bring this Hindu Holocaust to international attention. That is the only way we can save ourselves. The way we Hindus are being disorganized, we are minority internationally by number and the way we are disorganized in both the ways. Internationally, we are minorities. Inside India, the way we are disorganized, we are minorities. Minority or majority should not be decided based on the number, but based on how organized they are. Ideologically, and different sampradayas and different caste, community, creed, language, because of all these, we are small groups. So we are actually minorities. And the so-called minority community is very well organized. The terrorist gang which came to destroy our ashram and destroyed our ashram, robbed our properties, killed, attempted to kill all of us, boldly giving press meet in national media. Because the whole ecosystem is anti-Hindu. They dumped so much poison. On Hindus and Hindu sadhus and Hindu leaders. I sincerely request Hindus living outside India, please, let's take this Hindu Holocaust happening in India and other nations to international community's attention, including United Nations. World need to know what Hindus are going through. Hate speech, lawfare, and mob lynching, continuous persecution, this whole Hindu Holocaust, Hindu genocide happening, need to be told to the world. International human rights community, including United Nations, need to know this. We need to bring attention of the United Nations and international human rights organizations, international community to this Hindu Holocaust. We need to bring the attention of international human rights organizations and United Nations to this Hindu Holocaust and mob lynching happening continuously in India and elsewhere. I have so much more to tell, but I have to be in so much fear even now to utter every single word so carefully. Because now what kind of cases they will file on me, I don't know. Fake cases, false cases. Because I am giving voice for Hindus. I am raising my voice against anti-Hindu terrorists.
Yes. Here Swamiji beautifully had presented why Hinduism is in the state Hinduism is, when only Hindu gurus are being attacked, Hindu sampradayas are being targeted, when a person who's just trying to do his job of just preaching, teaching Hinduism to the world, when he is not allowed to do that properly, preventing him from doing that properly actually is a better word to say, then this is the state in which Hinduism will take, it will take of, this will be the state of Hinduism. Unfortunately, in Swamiji's case, Swamiji did all the spiritual work, all the good work for humanity he did. And because of doing everything for Hinduism, he was persecuted. And Swamiji is going through all the lawfare and so on. And that is why it was forced Swamiji to create the Kailasa nation. And this isn't the case just with Swamiji. If any Hindu leader tries to do even 10% of what Swamiji has offered to the world, they will end up in the same state as well. So naturally, when you have a gun put up to your head, and who is going to be doing anything for Hinduism? This is all the more reason why the Kailasa nation is needed, and why Hindus need to wake up to the need of the Kailasa nation. How is Kailasa combating the crimes against the Hindu temples? Kailasa's Department of Religion and Worship, the governing body of all rituals and temple-related activities across the nation, overseeing temple operations and all the de facto spiritual embassies, and ensuring all the rituals are following the instructions as per the Agama. All works for the protection of the temple premises in artifacts and liaisons with Hindu entities around the world for this common cause. The revival of authentic Vedic temple culture is one of the keys of reviving Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and is therefore one of Kailasa's highest national priorities. The Vedas, the Upanishad, and Dharma Shastras providing the philosophical foundation, and the Itihasas, the Puranas, societal framework to sustain this foundation.
bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nityananda.
रत्नसानुशरासनं व्रजदाद्रिशृङ्गनिकेतनं सिञ्जनीकृतपन्नगेश्वरम् अच्युताननसायकम् रत्नसानुशरासनं व्रजदाद्रिशृङ्गनिकेतनं सिञ्जनीकृतपन्नगेश्वरम् अच्युताननसायकम् क्षिप्रदग्धपरत्रयं त्रिदिवालयैरभिवन्दितं क्षिप्रदग्धपरत्रयं त्रिदिवालयैरभिवन्दितं नित्यानन्दम् आश्रये मम किं करिष्यति वै यमः नित्यानन्दम् आश्रये मम किं करिष्यति वै यमः नित्यानन्दम् ईश्वरम् सर्वपापविनाशनम् नित्यानन्दम् ईश्वरम् सर्वपापविनाशनम्
Nityanandam, Nityanandam. नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवसमारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरी पराशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां ललाटे त्रिपुण्ड्रीनितिलकृतकस्तूरीतिलकः स्फुरन्मालाधारस्फुरितकटिगौपीनवसनः ददानो दुष्टारं शिरसि फणिराजं शशिकलां प्रदीपः सर्वेषाम् अरुणगिरियोगी विजयते. Nityanandam, with the divine grace and blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Sri Nityananda Paramashivam, we bring to you from Nityanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalaya in Adi Kailasa Nityananda Pita, the Rudrabhisheka for COVID healing. With the grace and blessings of Nityanandeshwari Parashakti Samet Sri Nityanandeshwara Paramashiva, who is none other than Paramashiva himself, we are happy to bring you a temple experience that is virtual, educational and devotional. Adi Kailasa is the source Kailasa, from where it all began. The Kamikagama sings, na Kailasa Dakshine Shringe Nanascharya Samanvite. There on the southern side of Kailasa, under the Vatavriksha, the banyan tree, the primordial Guru Paramashiva brings out the Kamika Agama to Devi Parashakti. It is under this very tree, this banyan tree, that Paramashiva sat and gave the Shiva Sutras, the science and techniques for living enlightenment, to Devi Parashakti, the first disciple of Paramashiva. In the most intimate way, Parashakti was seated on Paramashiva's lap, and in that close setting, Paramashiva raises her consciousness to be in oneness with Paramashiva. Devi Parashakti asks, "What is this wonderful world? What is Paramashiva? And how does one find him?" Paramashiva reveals the Kamika Agama and many different tantras and agamas as the source scriptures for this temple and for the temple sciences. Kamika Agama means the path or the lifestyle to live a fulfilled life, to live a life where all of one's desires are fructified. Here in Adi Kailasa, driven by a divine vision by Paramashiva, Swamiji himself had come here seeing this banyan tree in that divine vision and discovered under this tree the Swayambhu Nityanandeshwara Shivlinga. It is this Swayambhu that is worshipped now in the Balalaya as a Shivlinga. He has kept this Shivlinga for all of mankind to come and take benefit from and offer their prayers and to connect with Paramashiva. A Swayambhu is not something that is installed by a person or human, but a Swayambhu is something that is installed by existence itself, nature itself, Parashakti herself, the very Prakriti, gives a deity for all of us to worship. In the same way as Tirumala Venkateshwara, who stood there and became immortalized in stone, not as a stone, but as himself. There is not a stone deity there, but the very body of Venkateshwara Swami. The same way, Sri Ramanuja immortalized himself and became a deity of Sri Ramanuja in the temple of Srirangam. The same way, Meenakshi Devi's body is there under the deity of Meenakshi in the temple in Madurai. The body of the deity is the body of the living avatar, is a capsule of consecrated energy of the cosmos. Because the body of the avatar is from a completely different dimensions. And when it is kept as a garbha or underneath the linga, or it is found and to become a stone, that deity, that body becomes a deity. Same way in Kedarnath in the Puri, that where we hail the Puri Sampradaya, Kedarnath in the Himalayas, there is the body of one of the Asuras, Gada, a bull, that was immortalized and became, who had a boon, that is from Paramashiva, that his body would become a Shivalinga. These are the various examples of Swayambhu. And here, Swayambhu is there in the form of Nityanandeshwara Paramashiva. The Shivalinga is self-manifest, self-effulgent. Arunachala in Tiruvannamalai is that same effulgence, such a natural but enormous manifestation of Paramashiva. Nityanandeshwara Paramashiva sits in the Balalaya of the temple, and behind him the beautiful deity of Nityanandeshwari Parashakti are there. Here in the temple, the Dakshinamurti is also there under the banyan tree. It is in his silence, in his deep reverberating silence. Not a dead silence, but a silence that will penetrate through the dimensions of the cosmos and still our very mind just by being in his presence. Those who sit here under the banyan tree will experience that same space of Dakshinamurti, the same way Dakshinamurti taught in his silence the Agamas. The Agamas, the Guru, Adi Guru, Dakshinamurti, is a form of Paramashiva who sat Chittam Vedatiror Mule Vriddha Sushya Guru Yuva Gururstumonam Yakyanam Sishyastu Chinna Samshaya. This verse says that sitting under the banyan tree in the deep silence, the young Guru is able to remove the doubts and the distress of the aged people or sadhus around him through his mere silence. That silence is something that echoes throughout the dimensions of the cosmos. It reverberates down to our very soul. And that is an experience that everyone can have just by witnessing this banyan tree. Swamiji says this kshetra gives mukti at such a level that if you have just met somebody who has been to this kshetra, has been to this temple, has been to this tree, just by seeing them, you will receive liberation. Just by knowing them, you will have liberation. Arunachala, the mountain in Tiruvannamalai, is said to give mukti by its remembrance. But here, just by remembering someone who has had the darshan here, you will understand. You will have the mukti. It's this very place where Swamiji has conducted the inner awakening programs, where thousands of people had a glimpse of enlightenment in those programs, in the Paramashivoham programs. And it is under this very tree, no matter who, no matter from what walk of life you come from, no matter if you believe in spirituality or anything at all, if you sit here under the banyan tree, you will have that divine experience. People have tried to even bring their patterns up and bring their thought currents up, but the banyan tree space is so penetratingly peaceful that into you it goes and heals immediately. Healing is the epicenter of this kshetra. Banyan tree leaves are given as prasada to those who come here and receive the blessings. The same banyan tree leaves are made into the vibhuti bhasma that is applied on our foreheads and made to give as a healing enlightenment product. The banyan tree has had people have had experiences with the banyan tree where the tree has able to heal them from various ailments and problems that doctors themselves were not able to understand or heal. Banyan tree's leaves, just being in the space of banyan tree. And also Parashakti herself, who has embodied Sri Nityananda, our beloved Swamiji, Sri Nityananda Paramashivam, has revealed so much that Adi Kailasa Kshetra is the ark that is built to save everyone from the pralaya, the waters of this deluge that's going on right now, of this corona pandemic. In this time, when so much of uncertainty, so much of distress, and so much of the world order is crumbling, just as Manu in the time of the Matsyavatara had created a boat on an ark for all of the essence of civilization to embark on and journey through the waters of Pralaya, in the same way, Swamiji is has created already Adi Kailasa, that is a place where everybody can come and save themselves with the preventive and protective quarantine here in Adi Kailasa. Save themselves from being able to be in contact with Corona. As Swamiji warns also, being able to not being, even if you receive Corona, when you've come out, your ability to power manifest will drastically reduce. It's a very danger for those who are already initiated by Swamiji. It is important that all of us take Swamiji's warnings and in this very moment, above all, listen to his words and come to Adi Kailasa to embark on that ship. Apart from that, Adi Kailasa is a training ground to bring out the most spiritual seekers in any type of person. Whether you believe in the spiritual truths, whether you believe in Hinduism or not, Adi Kailasa is the training ground that speeds up life, that matures you into a spiritual being. Slowly, slowly, you will understand the truth behind Swamiji's statement when you live in Adi Kailasa, that we are not human beings having spiritual experiences, that we are spiritual beings having human experiences. Therefore, the Kshetra of Adi Kailasa, under this very banyan tree, with Dakshinamurti below it, is a Kshetra for living enlightenment in an ark that Swamiji has built to save the planet, to create and hold this essence of the civilizations. Here in the temple, in the Balalaya, we have Nityanandeshwari Parashakti Samet Shri Nityanandeshwara Paramshiva, a magnificent, beautiful deity of that same intimate setting of Nityanandeshwara, of Paramashiva and Parashakti. Nityanandeshwara, when Swamiji was making this deity, Swamiji personally handcrafted the way the body language of the deity is. The way the deity appears and the way and the impression that it gives to you is very important for the darshan that anybody receives. Because it is in darshan, in those few moments, where you experience divinity. A something that exists beyond your body, your mind, and your life. We have these experiences in our lives when we see the ocean or when we see the large mountains, something that is larger than life. When we look into its depths, we realize there is something more running this whole universe, something magnificent, something powerful. And that is the same experience we get when we see the deities in the temple, when we have the same eyes to see those deities. Nityanandeshwara Paramashiva is Paramashiva himself. Those 9 months that Swamiji had spent with Arunagiri Yogeshwara embodied and etched the image of Shiva into Swamiji's mind so groundingly that Swamiji created this deity of Nityanandeshwara Paramashiva in the same body language as Arunagiri Yogeshwara. This deity is Paramashiva. He is our very own Paramaguru, Arunagiri Yogeshwara himself. And you see him, you are seeing Swamiji's Guru, Paramashiva himself. Devi Parashakti gave a darshan to Swamiji in the Himalayas, and in that way, Swamiji remembered her body language and created the deity of Nityanandeshwari Parashakti here in the temple. Both of them are everything for us here in Adi Kailasa. They represent father, mother, anything, the ultimate Mahabhava, a relationship beyond relationships. They represent powerfully Swamiji's manifestation. It was here in the year 2005 when Swamiji had the divine vision of Paramashiva himself walking here. When Swamiji went close, he saw that really Paramashiva was here. After that samadhi, a deep samadhi, Swamiji went into, and Swamiji started revealing the Shiva Sutras to all of us. And he had envisioned at that time the temple for Paramashiva here and started building Nityanandeshwari and Nityanandeshwara deities. Since then, the temple has expanded to acquiring and reviving all the agamas and the rituals inside them. Taking Kamika Agama, which is the foremost agama, as reference, Swamiji has brought out all the best sevas that are there offered in the agamas for the best healing and benefit of for anybody, for all of us. Swamiji is building this temple for Paramashiva because he has immense gratitude and devotion to Paramashiva, who spent 9 months with him and showed him everything, showed him enlightenment itself. We are now going to get into the puja of Rudrabhishekam. Before we enter any puja, Swamiji teaches us to remember the context and understand why it is and who it is we are doing puja to, and which context we should hold, and how do we cognize ourselves also in this whole situation. Rudrabhishekam is a procedure where the Rudra mantra or the Veda mantras from Krishna Yajurveda, that is namely Rudram Namakam and Chamakam, are chanted. They are all powerful mantras whose syllables invoke the most powerful vibrations of positivity, healing in the cosmos. They send out an epitome of energy that for healing and awakening. Rudrabhishekam begins with the nyasa, the Alagunyasa, which includes the Karanyasa and Ranganyasa. Here, let us get to know the context and make a few declarations that help us to understand the ritual. The first declaration is declaring that cosmic energy exists. Whether you believe it or not, whether you accept it or not, there is something that is intelligent that is running this whole cosmos, that is doing the creation, maintenance, sustenance, putting into delusion, and liberation of the cosmos. These 5 actions are called Panchakritya, and Paramashiva is said to be doing these continuously. When we recognize this cosmic intelligence exists, this cosmic energy exists, we are making the first statement that the Upanishads say, Isha Vasyamidam Sarvam, that everything that exists is energy, everything that exists is intelligence. We approach the cosmos, the world around us, not as a dead matter that we need to cut up and learn about, but we approach the existence around us as intelligence, and we pray to it, and when we do so, it reveals to us its deepest secrets. And this is how the entire Vedic science was created, by revelation and a development of how to cognize and implement what is revealed to us. In order to have such a revelation, we must understand the context that cosmic intelligence, cosmic energy exists. There is something higher than just my body and mind that is there within me that is running this whole place. And that is cosmic energy. So let us make the first declaration. I authentically cognize, which is internally process, understand and declare the truth. Cosmic energy exists. Please say yes loudly now. Yes. The second declaration is about the deities. We don't worship the deity as a metal or a stone. We don't worship idols, Swamiji teaches. We worship through the idols. We never say, oh stone, give me liberation. We say, oh Krishna, give me liberation. This truth is reiterated in this declaration for us to remember that we are not doing a small child's play, but even in a small child's play, there is much innocence and love. But we understand that the deity is a representation and embodiment of that very cosmic energy. So let us make the second declaration. I authentically cognize, which is internally process, understand, and declare the truth that Nityanandeshwara Paramashiva and Nityanandeshwari Parashakti are Chinmaya Vigrahas, the embodiment and representation of that very cosmic energy. Yes. The third declaration is for the ritual. It is from our intention with which the ritual is done that is delivered to Paramashiva. When we have the correct intentions for health, wealth, good things to happen, auspicious things to happen, that will only be taken to Paramashiva for his blessings. It is for up to us to come with that clarity. And with this declaration, we can make that clarity. Let there be the best that happens to me. Let the Kshema, Stairya, Virya, Vijaya, Ayur, Arogya, all these auspicious blessings happen in my life of stability, patience, courage, victory, health, and well-being. Let all of these happen in my life. With these positive, life-positive affirmations, we make the intention of this puja. And that intention is the process of the ritual. It's when we do this ritual, whatever it is we intend will be offered at the feet of the deity. And through the deity, whatever we offer will be blessed by cosmic energy, will reach the cosmic energy. And cosmic energy is always saying tathastu to our lives, always telling, so be it. Whatever intentions we have, that is itself what we manifest. Clarity with what intentions we have and making sure that we are asking for the right things is the science of Kalpataru taught by Swamiji. Getting an idea to know about why things don't go the way we always wanted. It is not a matter of bad luck. It is a matter of where our real intentions are. With this, let us make the third declaration. I authentically cognize, which is internally process, understand, and declare the truth that whatever I offer in the Rudrabhishekam to Nityanandeshwari Parashakti Samesh Nityanandeshwara Paramashiva will reach the cosmic source of energy directly. Yes. The fourth declaration is declaring the ultimate truth of oneness with Paramashiva, of Sohamasmi. When we declare that we are in oneness with him, we do not put deities or Paramashiva above us because we exist below them. We are no way putting ourselves inferior, because that is not the truth that Swamiji experienced, and that is not the truth that Swamiji reveals for us to have. He is not here, as he always says. He is not here to prove that he is God. He is here to prove that we are gods. So in the same way, we must come to the ultimate context of Sohamasmi in this ritual. Even the procedure of Rudrabhishekam makes us do the Rudranyasa that equates us to Paramashiva, where we visualize Paramashiva literally in our physical body. Because the Agamas say that unless you are Paramashiva, you are not qualified to worship Paramashiva. So let us make the fourth declaration and begin our worship. I authentically cognize, which is internally process, understand, and declare the truth of Sohamasmi, that even when I worship, I am him. Yes. Let us get ready to receive the darshan of Nityanandeshwara Paramashiva in the Rudrabhishekam. When we witness the Rudrabhishekam, the pouring of the waters and the various cleansing liquids will make us have the same effect inside our body through the process, through the neurons that will mirror whatever action we see. So let us get ready to see the Abhishekam. Let us bring ourselves to the space of oneness with Paramashiva. Sit straight, close your eyes, and chant the Mahavakya. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्।
अस्मदिग्धकलेबरं भवनाशनं भवमव्ययं नित्यानन्दम् आश्रये मम किं करिष्यति वै यमः नित्यानन्दम् आश्रये मम किं करिष्यति वै यमः नित्यानन्दम् ईश्वरं सर्वपापविनाशनम् नित्यानन्दम् ईश्वरं सर्वपापविनाशनम्
नित्यानन्दम्
नित्यानन्दम् आश्रये क्षयम्